G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet, and it's match day. It's match day. I'm excited. It seems like we've only just played, but we're playing again because we've got lots of fixtures over the next couple of weeks, which is, oh, what a far cry from last year, eh? This is good stuff. So after our thrilling demolition of Coventry in the last 6 minutes anyway, we're playing Brentford at home tonight. Brentford at home, tricky game. Brentford are a decent side. Thomas Frank's a good manager. But I think we'll do it. We did it last year 3-2. So I'm hoping that Ange's drastic squad rotation, which people are still going on about even though we won, I think that might pay off. We might see some fresh legs coming onto the pitch. We rested some, you know, if you look at the players we rested, it's pretty good actually. You know, Romero, Van der Ven, Vicario. So we should be looking pretty lively at the back, I reckon. It's just the thing with Tottenham though, as we've seen all season, is this the match where we're going to realise we've got a centre forward? Now I've been suggesting more that we haven't been giving Solanke any service, or you know, he hasn't been getting the ball, kind of putting it all on everyone else. I haven't watched it closely enough. It might also be possible, you know, maybe Solanke's positioning just isn't quite there yet. It's going to happen sooner or later though, you know. It's only been 2 full games really that they've 2 full league games anyway that they've played together. So I'm hoping that something sizzles up front, because as soon as that starts going, man, it's going to be fun times at White Hart Lane, I'm telling you man. The injury news, so Basuma, keep forgetting to do that, he's back training, so we might see him on the pitch. Richarlison, it looks like he's out for quite a while, isn't it? Ange pretty much said stop asking me about Richarlison in the press conference. So, oh well, good luck to Richie. I hope he recovers as well as quickly as possible. You know, get him back into the reckoning. What else did Ange talk about in the press conference? Yeah, got bogged down in like social media for a little while, and I think Ange is he's a bit more understanding of it than me, because he's working with players that age that are into all that stuff. Me, you know, I don't get it, man. Pretty similar to experience to Ange actually. Like a few years ago I was on social media, found it useful, found it fun. It's just become more and more of a cesspit, so I just don't bother with it at all now. It's not useful. Twitter's gone down the pan, you know, with that Elon Musk ruining it. It's just a place of hate at the moment, so I don't go there. I think I've made about 1 tweet in the last year or something like that, maybe 2, nothing much. And also, Ange talked a little bit about Brennan Johnson. Hopefully he's enjoying his football. Hopefully Spurs fans have got his little message, because Brennan Johnson wasn't really full of waves and thank you everyone for your support. And I get that, man, after what he's been going through now. Of course, it wasn't necessarily those away fans that were doing that, but I get it. And hopefully that's all done. You know, if Brennan Johnson carries on where he left off, and Ange, I think, is quite right. All the people criticising Johnson, if they were in his position in the last minute of a cup tie with the ball coming in there, they would have to change their pants. So you can only take criticism from these idiots so much, man. I know, you know, when you're a public figure, it can be overwhelming, but I mean, who are these people? They're not your friends and family or even colleagues saying these things. It's just random people sitting under a 15-watt light bulb eating a tin of cat food, isn't it? I mean, you can't have all your life in order, I reckon, if all you do is sit down and just type criticism or troll or anything like that. That's why, you know, I've had my baptism of fire with all that stuff, and I don't really care anymore, because it's like, well, who are these people, man? You know, broken brains. Ange was also asked about His toughest job is Spurs' toughest job. And I'm just wondering if this is going to be one of those things that it seems to be. Ange is in a bit of a phase where a lot of people are just willfully taking his words out of context. We had the saga of him winning a trophy in his second year, which was based on him just being repeatedly asked the question, do you always win in your second year? And the answer is yes, isn't it? That's not him saying yes, well, therefore, we are definitely going to win a trophy this year at Spurs. He's not saying that, man. Not saying that at all. He's not being arrogant or anything like that. He's just saying, well, yeah, I have won stuff. Nothing wrong with that at all. But he said his hardest job was South Melbourne Hellas when he took over. I get that. First job, man. First job. He quit his job as like a bank teller to take a punt on the world of football, and it didn't start easy for him, man. And if he'd have had 6 or 7 losses on the trot, maybe he wouldn't be here now. But he learnt his trade the hard way, man. Like a lot of managers and footballers do. They've got to come through the grind a little bit, taste a bit of failure and work out, well, okay, this is what I've got to do to not fail. That's partly it, isn't it? You've got to learn it by failing and stuffing up. You don't just magically get success given to you on a plate just because you've got the right attributes or whatever like that, because there's all these other people competing with you going for the same thing. So what are you going to do? It comes down to who you are as a person a lot of the time in those situations. When the margins are that fine at that level, it comes down to, well, they can all kick a ball, they can all manage a team. So it just comes down to, when you're under the pump, who are you? That's it. So I'm looking forward to the game tonight, man. And in exciting news, or potentially disastrous news, I'm going to be trying something a bit new. I don't know if I'll mention his name at the moment. He might want me to mention his name, or he might not. I don't know. So I won't say who it is at the moment. But I've been invited down to the Surry Hills Hotel, which is on Elizabeth Street in Sydney City. And I'm going to try and do my watch-along streaming from the pub. So I'm hoping that will work. I'll have a couple of technical things I'll have to sort out. Hopefully I can get that ironed out, otherwise there'll be no stream. But it could be good, you know, could be good. Hopefully there's a lively crowd there, so pick up a nice bit of crowd atmosphere, because, you know, when I'm doing my watch-alongs at home, that's one thing I feel is missing. And I've tried to look at ways to bring more atmosphere into the watch-alongs. I even contacted a company who has got an archive of fan chants that you can license, but they didn't get back to me, so I can't use any of that. So in the absence of just me pressing buttons and MP3s, I reckon this is a better alternative, actually. So hopefully it'll be a pumping atmosphere down at the Surry Hills Hotel tonight. Hopefully it all works out, and hopefully we win 4-0 tonight, man. That's what I'm going for. I was asked at the end of Chris Cowling's podcast the other day after the Coventry game, predictions for the weekend, and I said 4-0, as usual, plucking a score out of my backside. And I don't, man, it got a strange reaction. What? Are you serious? You can't be serious. It's like, no, look at me. When am I serious, man? That's what I want to see. I'm not going to be a pundit and pick a score that I reckon's going to happen. God, bugger that. Because then I'd be looking in all the dark recesses of my subconscious mind and all the nightmares and shit and self-doubt. No, bugger all that. Bugger all that stuff. I'm going with 4-0. Because I think it could happen. I think it could happen. Hey, why not? And this could be the start of a nice little run for Spurs, you know, because get some wins under our belt. We beat Coventry under the pump. And look, you know, on reflection of that Coventry game, we deserve to win. That's what it comes down to. That's what the Coventry manager said. So if he's saying it, I'm going to say it. And it's quite true that when you're out of the situation, like when, you know, because obviously when I was watching the game, I was getting quite emotional and pissed off and then ecstatic. But in the cold light of day, the fact is we did control a lot of the game. We didn't do anything up front, but we did stop Coventry playing a lot of the time. There was a period in the beginning of the second half where they had some really good domination, you know. But we made changes and we came back and we didn't give up. We didn't give up, man. And we scored those 2 goals late. And it's not the first time Tottenham's done that. It's not the first time when Ange Postecoglou's teams won when it's really vital in the last minute either. It's a hallmark of a side that is, you know, not going to lie down for anyone. So that was exciting. I'm feeling a lot more positive about that, and especially now that we've made some squad rests, I think that's going to start paying off over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Our B team, for the want of a better expression, players are going to get fitter and better, and our A team players are going to be refreshed and eager to play the beautiful game of football the way the beautiful game should be played, which is beautifully. Anyway, folks, if you're going down the pub tonight, I'll see you later, and hope you all have a lovely day, and we smash Brentford tonight. Peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.